how to close a sale in the DM like a pro. This could be in the DMs, it could be phone calls, it could be one-on-one, WhatsApp, SMS, everywhere. What is the common thing that everybody must follow if you are going to be closing these sales? Because someone says interested in the comments and you don't know how to proceed from there. You expect you are going to send them to your website and they will buy immediately. That is not the case. In most of the times, they must have a conversation. And I have seen this being the case. And if there is anybody who has sent somebody on their website and they have bought at will, that is really not a reality. All right. It's not the reality that you'll send your website and someone is going to go to your website and they will buy. In most cases, they do not even buy. You have to be the one introducing them into that website. There must be a human touch, a human conversation. So I woke up in the morning, I was like, what are 5 things that I personally do in order to be able to help someone make that solid decision? You have made the right decision. You have actually made that sale. All right. And you have made it with the conviction that this is the way to go. What do you do? What kind of an environment do you create? And that is what I want us to look at it in this case. So yesterday, we did role playing. Role playing means someone is a prospect, the one is the seller, is the marketer, and you're trying to win them. And actually you are showing them they are making the right decision. You are creating that a good environment. Remember, it is about creating a safe environment, because the moment there is one single element of I am losing, no one wants to lose. So they will immediately revert from that decision. And you don't want that to happen, because you will not impact on their lives, you will not change their life. And on the other side, yourself, you are it is going to be a lose. And therefore, have these kind of conversations. And the more of them you have, the better. You have to do many of them to be better. You don't become better on the first 20. You're actually going to be very bad on the first ones. And then eventually you're going to be bad. So we'll teach you these 5 things. We have actually put them in the 5 things to do and 5 things not to do. All right. And then we are going to do another one role playing with somebody in the group. And then I will see you guys applying this into practice. And don't worry, this is a safe environment where you can learn. So closing on a DM ensures that the prospect ensures that you know the prospect and also they know you, because there must be the know, like, and trust factor. And then you're going to qualify them whether they are the right fit for the program or they are the right fit for your product. So when you're having that DM conversation, what you want to do is you want to qualify them. To qualify them means you want to find them whether they can really help them. Yes, there are times I tell somebody, there are times I say no. Very rare, but yeah, sometimes I just tell them, no, this will not be able to work for you, because they say, I want a get rich quick scheme. When I invest in this program, when can I start seeing passive income? When can I just start seeing money flowing into my bank account and seeing those things when I'm asleep without me having to do anything? And I tell them, no, this is not the case. Actually, if that is what you are looking for, then I do not think this is the way to go. I have not seen anywhere people get rich by doing nothing. There is nowhere people get rich by doing nothing. And therefore, this may not be able to be the thing for you. All right, write them down, grab your pen and paper. I'm going to be giving examples in each one of them. The pro tips that are going to help you. Number 1 is personalize your approach. Now, what do I mean when I say personalize your approach? What do I mean? I mean, you need to find out something specific about them. Now, in most cases, you may not know, apart from their name. First of all, it is very important you call somebody by name. Hi, David. Don't say, hi, bro. All right? Hi, David. You personalize them by calling them by name. If you don't know their name, ask them. The first thing you do is ask them, hi, my name is Sam. What's your name? Ask them, so that from there on, refer them by their name in the conversation. So you need to find something specific. Apart from the name, what else is very specific? So the next close thing that you can find out is find out their religion. People take religion very seriously. So find out their religion so that you can relate them with the religion, or find them about their family. That's it. All right. Religion and family is very close. Okay. So find out something specific. Are you a Christian, or you hear them talk about God? All right. Now you know there is something very important to them about God. Or if you hear them telling you about their son, it's very important, or their daughter, or their family, you know that is very close to them. If you don't know those tips, what do? You ask. And asking is very important. So, what is number one very important to building the trust factor? All these tips are helping you to drive the prospect into trusting you. Asking specific things. You're not asking them about buying so that you can, you want someone to go ahead and forget they are even here to buy anything. So personalize your approach. Tell them something about yourself and then learn a similar approach. Learn something about them. Are you a dad? Oh, and how old is your son? He's 2 years. So from there, you're going to tell them so that your 2-year-old son can, all right, when you want to tell them about anything, yes, you tell them, now this program is going to help you to spend more time with your 2-year-old son. You see, when you tell them about their son and you tell them about their age, they're the one who told you, but now you're using it back. You're telling them back as it is like a sweet music. You're telling me about my 5-year-old daughter. So you're like, and this is going to help you to spend more time with your 5-year-old daughter. I want to hear that. I want to hear that you really was paying attention. So personalize your approach. And that is the example. So find out something specific, either through their faith or the family, all right, or their spouse or themselves. Something about them. That is what we call personalizing. That is project number 2. Now, number 1. Number 2 is you need to be conversational. What do I mean by conversation? It is a conversation. It is a talk we are having with somebody now we have known. Number 1, we have personalized. We have created the like factor. Now from there, we want to have a conversation. I'm not selling. You are not selling. When you are selling, you are going to be pushy. When you are pushy, they will create that block. Sometimes they come with that block already created. So the way to remove it is to have a conversation. Remember, there is no one who wants to be sold to. People love buying. They love buying, but they don't want to be sold to. So what this means is that have a conversation, one-on-one conversation. Be a human. Do not be a bot. Don't follow, if it is a script, don't follow that it should be like this and then like this, like a bot. Be a human being. Divert even from, talk about politics at some point. All right, talk about other things. Talk about something away from the conversation. Like have a conversation, even make it funny, laugh together, have that conversation. Ask questions, then listen to the answers. This is the game changer. You ask one question that makes them to give you paragraphs of answers. Listen. Pay attention to the answers they produce and build a rapport. Building a rapport is the base where I am telling you about me, so they feel they want to tell you about themselves. Do not be salesy. Okay? Do not be salesy. Have that conversation. All right? Don't be salesy. Nobody wants to be sold to. So if you remember our one-on-one conversation we had with Lynn yesterday, it was literally a conversation. You guys noticed it was a conversation. It was not a sales call. But eventually, it ended up with a sale at the end. But it was a conversation we are having. Most of us, we want to go for the sale on the first conversation. Are you going to buy? And I had this. I was coaching Shoshomiri, and we were having this one-on-one coaching. And I was telling her, how do you talk with people? And I could clearly see the conversation sounds, it is sales. It is about selling. And that's why I told her exactly, this is why they're not coming to you, because they don't feel like they can talk to you. They feel you are here to sell them something. And nobody wants to be sold. Even you don't want to be sold anything. But you want to buy out of your own will. You love buying, right? You love buying something, but you want to be sold to. That is just how it is. So therefore, have a conversation. If it is not the right time for them, be okay with it. Literally, be okay with it. It will finally come back. And the longer the conversation, the easier the sale will be. So if you can pull the conversation and pull by asking questions and asking questions, compliment the conversation, like compliment what they said. So let me replay this. So you are speaking with Linda, and she says, "I'm busy. I'm able to work from home and have got piles of work. I don't even get time to really spend with my child." Then how do I have the conversation? Oh my God, I can actually relate with that, because when I was a teacher, I was working like 12 hours a day. It was so busy. Even I was managing someone in school, and I was, I'm just talking away from anything else. And I was like, oh my God. So I actually relate with you. So how do you manage your time? You see that conversation? How do you manage your time? It is not like, when are you going to buy the program? You know, how are you managing your time? And then they tell you how they manage their time. Okay, I've been traveling. Even sometimes I am going overseas. Oh, so which countries have you traveled? Do you see that? So she tells you, I've gone to Egypt, I have gone to Malaysia, South Africa, have gone. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. So you want to travel again? It's like you make that conversation to keep flowing, come away from even the main point. Let the conversation, the more you talk, the easier the sale will be. There's one tip I have come to realize when I'm having the conversation is this. If we can make a joke, okay, if we are talking and the conversation is getting stiff, I just find something funny that we can laugh together. Something funny to release the tension. All right, because there'll be tension because the tension is building up for both sides. All right, it's like two bulls are coming towards each other. This one is saying, I cannot buy. You are saying, it's time to buy. All right, so what I do to reduce that tension, I make a joke. I come up with something funny, anything, something that will make both of us to laugh. All right. Okay. So let's say you are having that conversation. I don't know. Something just comes off naturally. I'm trying to look for an example in my head right now. I cannot find one. But something comes up that makes both of us to laugh. When you do that, the tension literally drops flat. For both of you, you relax. You have a relaxed mood. It is going to serve you and be much more better. So do not be a bot, be a human being. Okay, ask questions. They ask you, what is this all about? You tell them, oh, what exactly are you talking about? Because I do so many things. You call yourself, I'm a jack of all trades. Then you laugh at it. All right, you make fun of yourself, and both of you are going to laugh. All right, or even you say, nowadays I'm confusing. Even I don't know what you found. What did you see on TikTok? Okay, and then they laugh. They ask you, what you don't know what you do, and then you have that something that is going to release. Sometimes I know exactly what they want, but I just want to make sure there is no tension when you're talking about it. So you make fun of yourself and you laugh about yourself. It actually makes them to laugh at you. As long as they laugh, tension goes down. Those nitty gritty things, they are really amazing. Able make fun of yourself, and you'll be like, make something funny about you, not about them, about you. Try to pretend like you're somebody who is very forgetful, or I don't know. I just try to say, I just say something like, nowadays I'm a jack of all trades. I'm a dad. I was a teacher. I was this. Now I can't even remember what is. So what did you see and where did you see it? Okay, and then they're like, oh my goodness. So this is just a normal person who can actually be able to do it. I was talking to someone yesterday.
Yeah.
She told me that the reason why somebody bought from them is because she was doing, we were talking with Rose, our father, and somebody bought from her, and it is because she didn't know how to flip on camera. And she told them, I have tried to flip on camera, even me, I don't know how to do it. Somebody can help me. And they were on the other side, they were like, so you don't have to know everything. And they said that is why I actually bought, because I knew I don't have to know everything. Number 3 tip, provide value first. Now, this question of value, what is value? Value is what matters to them. So, what is value? Value is what matters to them. What matters to you? That is what is value. And the best way you can go to provide value is educate them. Okay? Share some free tips. All right. And I do them. For example, if you tell them, by the way, we are on a phone call, and I'm like, by the way, if you look at the employment sector, Or why did I quit? I quit because I looked at the employment sector and I realized that more companies and more companies are firing people. They are letting people go because it is becoming harder and harder where there are machines which can do the work for the people. And then I looked at the rate at which the online space is growing, and companies realize that they do not need salespeople. They can really market on the internet without having to hire a big number of people. So they were letting them go. And AI is also coming, and people are learning more and more how to use it. And there is more and higher rate of hiring people. But now, when you come to digital marketing, marketing part of it cannot be done by anybody else apart from a human being. And I realized that I want to learn how to market on the internet, whatever it is. If I master how to market on the internet, then I can be able to sell anything in the world to anybody, whatever it is. As long as I have mastered how to market, then I can be able to sell and become a pro. So that is the same thing I would like to teach you. That is very valuable because guess what? They are a doctor and they realize, can I become a doctor in the next 10 years? All right. Can my operation, if I'm a head, if I am a brain surgeon, that activity can be done by a machine and they can do it better than you because they don't make an error. They can remove brain tumor from somebody's brain with no error, and the doctor is going to be replaced by a machine. And they realize, oh my goodness, so but I don't know how to market my services. So if I can learn how to do that, I can become so they see that is valuable. A resource is like an ebook. You tell them, hey, by the way, I've actually written an ebook and I can share with you a free copy. You go through it. It will really, or you ask them, hey, have you gone through my free book, by the way? It can really explains the beginning stages. And they're like, oh, wow, that is awesome. And when you're on the call, you send them, tell them, hey, I've just sent it to you. You're going to look at it after the call. That is valuable. Or a genuine compliment. All right. So once you ask them, for example, this was Linda, and you want to compliment her. Very important. Make someone feel good. You give them a compliment. So they tell you, I wake up very early in the morning. I go to my place of work, and I have to get somebody to take care of my child, and I'm busy with my job. And I have to. I'm making a decent pay, but still because I don't have time, I feel very frustrated. And you tell them, oh my goodness, you must be so hardworking. I really like that about you. Compliment them genuinely and they'll feel good. Right? Oh, like I like the fact that you are so caring. You even have to go out of your way to get someone to take care of your child. That is awesome. You're so caring. They know they are caring. Compliment them is telling them exactly how it is. All right. So give a free tip. All right. Educate, that is educating them or telling them something that is really it is true. Digital marketing or online marketing is a must go in this age. And they realize, yes, you are right. Then a resource is your free lead magnet or a free video training or an ebook. You give them and you give them on that call. Even if they had it before, tell them, hey, in case you have not gone through it, boom, there is a link. You send. It makes an impact. Genuine compliment. Before you ask something in return, give a genuine compliment. All right? Then give a quick lead magnet, a helpful tip that is actually going to help them if you give it, what it does, that is value that you have given. When you give, asking in return is not going to be hard because you have been giving. That is it. But when you ask before giving, all right, then you can imagine what is going to happen. They are going to say no. They are going to come up with very big objections. They will reject you. They will tell you no. But if you give something in return, if you give something fast, be the first one to give before receiving. That is going to be the game changer. So now we have looked at personalize your approach, mention something specific about them, be a human, be a person. Number two, let it be a conversation between a human being and a human being. Tell them your flaws. Let them be open to you and tell you this is my thing. Ask questions, build a rapport, listen, give a listening ear, provide value first, give something for free before asking. Even if you know they got it, give it again. Educate them something, educate on something important about it, about the opportunity, but just tell them something important, something that is general. Give a genuine compliment. Number four, use clear and benefit driven language. This is it. even if you are the top in the world in language, and your English is that of a professor, here it doesn't matter. By the way, if you are a Kikuyu, speak to them in Kikuyu. If they are Kikuyu, speak to them in Kikuyu. Literally, speak to them in Kikuyu. Use a simple language they understand. If it is Kiswahili, use Kiswahili. If both of you can communicate in Kiswahili, communicate in Kiswahili. Use a language both of you understand. Your language must be clear. Don't wait until somebody asks you, what does that mean? For example, in this business, we deal with digital products. Now, what is digital product? What about giving an example? You say it's kind of like an e-learning course. That makes sense because somebody knows an online course. That one is understandable. So instead of saying digital product, call it an e-learning course, call it a program. For example, we use this word all the time, blueprint. If I asked you guys, what is a blueprint? What would you say it is? Most of us, we don't know what a blueprint is. We just use it because it has been used by others before. This blueprint is going to be shown now because you may be making a lot of sense, but because I don't understand the word blueprint, I'm not connecting with everything else. But if you can explain what a blueprint is, this is a blueprint. In other words, this is a step-by-step online course that lays you the foundation of digital marketing. Oh, that is what a blueprint is? Makes sense. But start off by saying it's a blueprint, and then you keep repeating blueprint, you are getting lost from your distance between you and them is getting lost. But when you come now narrower and you say the blueprint is a step-by-step online course that is going to lay for you the foundation, teaching you step by step at your own pace. That's what a blueprint is. Makes more sense. So don't wait until they ask you. So most of the time they will not ask you what it means because they know you are the pro, you know it. Okay, they will disconnect with you if you use jargon words. We call it jargon words. Be clear, be specific, use a one-on-one conversation language. Benefit driven. What do I mean by benefit driven? This is what it means. What is in need for them? Benefit driven. I am going to learn a skill. That is benefit. When I learn, I will learn how to sell that program and make 100% profit. That is benefit. It is going to save me more time, so I don't have to go to YouTube. That's a benefit. It is going to help me to learn at my own pace, so I am not restricted to the time. That's a benefit. I do not need to consume a lot of energy and effort looking for answers. That's a benefit. That is what benefit is. Show them they will save money because yes, they will save money. How will they save money? If they don't take the program, eventually they will lose their job. That means they have lost money because that job was the one that was paying them the salary. And then if they don't buy this program, they are going to buy other programs that are 10 times expensive. They will have to hire coaches. They will have to pay to join communities, which is going to cost them even more. All those are benefits they are getting by saying yes. So use clear, benefit-driven language. Show them this is how you will benefit. It will save you time. It will save you money. It will save you effort. By the way, if you show that it saves me time, it saves me effort, it saves me money, if I save those three, boom, that is enough benefit to say yes. And then explain in the simplest terms in your conversation, like explain in simple terms. Give information and then explain in simple terms. Number 5, ask for the sale confidently without fear. This one I was suffering from it, let me tell you the truth. All right, especially when it has gotten to the point and I have to mention how much it cost. I was getting into fear. I don't know what the fear was, and maybe you are going to get into this. Fear, in other words, I feel it is too expensive for them. Okay, so we got to a point where, okay, so this is it. So how do we proceed forward? Then I tell them, now the way to proceed forward is you are going to get in. Get in. So can I get in now? All I'm trying to do is I'm beating around the bush. I'm not telling them the payment required is $900. I'm afraid to say it. I don't know why, but I was just afraid to say it. That will cost you. Can you mention the figure immediately? It is time to say it. You invest $900, which is equivalent of 100,000 shillings, and you're going to get this in return. You're not doing them a favor. Actually, you not mentioning the figure and mentioning the sale, you are actually denying them the chance to succeed. It is your due responsibility to ask for the sale confidently, without fear. Do not beat around the bush. Do not dance around it. Ask it straight on the face. So to get started means that you're investing $900 for the program, $42 for your domain and business email, and that $9 for the website. That is the total amount of money required for you to get started. Confidence without fear. So, and this was a big thing for me, and I know this one you're going to face it. I promise you will, because you will, I do not know what I'm going to call it. It's like you get paralyzed when it goes to a point where you're going to be talking about money. And then when you say, now listen here, when you mention the figure, do not talk from there. Don't say anything else. The amount of money required is $900 for the 4 programs, that $9 for the website, $42 for your domain and professional email. Stop talking from there. Because of fear, the other words you're going to say are going to ruin. So keep quiet. Let them talk next. Let them say, what? Is it that expensive? Don't respond. Don't respond. Let them now sell themselves from there. It works. Can I go and think about it? You just keep quiet and tell them, all right? Now listen to what they say. They are thinking. Because if you are head fear and you say more words after that, you're going to ruin it. They're going to realize you are afraid and they will not believe in you. But if you are confident with it, and then you keep, especially if you have fear, just keep quiet right away. And then until they ask you a question, or if they keep quiet, tell them, can we proceed? Or can I send you the payment link? Can I send you the payment details? Or rather, you tell them, I'm going to send you the payment details. Is that okay? Then they probably is going to ask a question. Now, when they see the figure, most likely they ask a question. They don't say yes right away. But this is where you are able to identify, and you mention the highest first, okay? Get this straight away. Mention the highest figure first. Let them ask, is there any other cheaper method? First of all, emphasize that this is the best. Then you can tell them, yeah, we do have other lower quality. It's like, let's say you go to a shop right now, okay? And then you are looking for a shoe. You are looking for a type of a shoe. It happened to me last weekend. I went to visit my mom and I was buying for her a shoe. And then I went and found her shoe in this big shop. I went and found there were different types of shoes. So the one I chose, I didn't ask the price. So the one I chose, and they told me this one is, I don't know, 6,000. I was like, oh my God. Is it that expensive? It doesn't look that expensive. And they told me, no, it's okay. You can keep this one. But then there is this one which is cheaper for 2,000, and this one is 1,500, and this one is like this. And he kept quiet. I thought that guy was a salesman, natural. And he said, choose one. Do you know eventually I chose the most expensive? You know why? It's because we attach price with value. Okay, he didn't tell me the expensive was the best. He didn't. He just told me there are other lower quality ones. So in my mind, I knew this one is now higher quality. That is why it has the higher price. And he actually told me there is this one here for 2,000. This one is 1,500. And I don't know the other one for 3,000. And it was like, choose one. And honestly, the one for 3,000 looked like it was much better than the one for 6,000. But I went for the one for 6,000 because the guy was confident and he was like, if you feel this is expensive, choose these lower ones. Most of the times when you do that, they will go for the highest quality. Insist that the higher the price, the higher the quality. So they will buy the quality. Do you see? That is confidence. So ask or mention the fear straight on their face. This is the price of the program. If you want other lower ones, you have got $100, a $300, and a $600 with lower income streams. And keep quiet. Let them sell on themselves. They will tell you, oh my goodness, I think the 900 is the best. I will put all efforts to do it. And you ask them, are you ready to proceed? How can we start? Now they show that you believe they can do it. They also believe that you can help them do it. So they tell you, I'm waiting for my salary, or I'll have to go to my bank and check, I have to do this. From there now you can be able to tell, out of all the conversation you have had from the beginning, you can tell whether this sale is going to close or not. In most cases, when someone tells me, I will see you on Monday, I know for sure they will. You know, I have already had that personal conversation and connection. Now you can tell this is for sure. I will see you on Monday, Sam. Let's make this happen. Boom. I will not continue I will not push any further. I know that person has decided already. Just a matter of time. If they ask you, can I join without paying? That sale, I know it is a flat loss, and I will end the conversation within the next 3 seconds. Can I join without paying? You're like, after all that conversation we had, you are asking if you can join without paying. So I clearly say this is a business, and every business requires capital. Do you have the capital to start? Of course, the answer is no. Then you end the conversation. Do not waste any more time. That is the time now you jump on the second call and the third call and the fourth call, and eventually you'll get a yes. So don't pamper. Don't pamper, okay? Do not. Mention the figures, boom, let the decision to be made. Okay? I'm going to look for it, and I'll come back to you. Makes sense. Again, you end the conversation, you tell them, make sure to go through the free resource I sent you, get more information, or like that. Send them back to the information, and then you end the conversation. You end it in a nice way, of course. You don't end it with anger, don't end it with feelings, end it in a nice way. Now, these 5 things I'm going to be teaching you next. So far, I've taught you, these are the 5 things. Number 1, that are going to make you become a pro tip when it comes to conversations is personalize your approach. Even if it is interested on comments, I want you to respond with that interest. Somebody was asking, how will I respond to interested in the comments? I want you to respond with your name. So my name is Sam, yeah? I have written there in your content, I'm interested. What do? You reply to my comment and you say, hi, Sam. I have seen your comment, or thank you for your comment. I see you are interested to learn how digital marketing works. Can we talk in the DMs? You ask a question, you're driving them to the DMs, or start here by checking on my website, but call them by name. When someone says interested, let the conversation start there by personalizing it. Number 2, be conversational. Do not be a salesy. Provide value first. In the front end, provide value. Give them a free tip, a free resource. Make sure that you are giving something for free in the beginning. Use clear and benefit-driven language. Show what is in it for them and show as many benefits as possible. Most importantly, show that it is going to save them time. How does it save time? Trying to learn this on YouTube is a waste of time. Save your time so you don't have to learn it somewhere else. It is going to save them money. It is cheaper comparing to if they were to buy the program, if they were to buy being in part of a community, if they were to buy a mentor, if they were to buy a coach, if they were to buy, if they were to buy books, every single thing, trying to learn the same thing, they can save all that money and they can invest close to none. $900 is close to nothing. That is why we show bonuses. The reason why we give bonuses and we attach the price is so that we can show them all these bonuses you could have paid this much to learn this one thing, but I can give you at just a slash of a price. They're like, oh, now it makes sense. It is no longer expensive. And it's always good. You see the bonuses I give, I want you also to have them and be like, when you join, you're going to get this bonus that is going to help you this way, and this is the price. You're going to get bonus number 2, which is going to help you this way, and this is the price. You're going to get bonus number 3, it's going to help you this way, and this is the price. You're going to help this one, this is the price. You list the bonuses, like 5 of them, and then you tell them the total price of everything you're going to get is this amount, but you're not going to pay for this. Actually, you're going to pay for a fraction. $900 ends up to be a fraction of the actual price. So you remove that conversation. You remove that. Maybe I'll talk about bonuses tomorrow. You remove that mindset of this is expensive to this is very cheap. You see, that's how you turn psychologically from it is very expensive to it is very cheap. That is how you close it. Number 5, ask for the sale with confidence. Now, these 5 things that is going to ruin you. Number 1, spamming, copy pasting, same message to everyone. You have gone viral, 100 or 1,000 comments. You're looking at them, you are alone. You're like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? So this is what I do. If I go viral and I have got hundreds and hundreds of comments and all these comments are looking at me, they want me to respond, guess what I do? I copy paste message, but I edit it for every person. I personalize it. So let's say my reply to all the comments is, hi, here are more details. To start with, type www.samgisheha.com. Guess what I do? I copy that message, but then when I am pasting, where there is hi, when I am replying, I call them by name. Hi, Jane. Hi, Gibson. Hi, I'm calling them by name. So at the end of the day, you will not tell I was copy pasting. So do you see? Because I personalized it, then it is no longer copy pasting. Spamming is copy pasting, sending the same message to everybody. People can do tell it right on the gate. So instead, be personal, be relatable, and be a human. Number 2 is being pushy. And I've seen this. So why are you not buying? Why haven't you bought yet? They have not bought because they have not seen why they should buy. Everybody has got enough money. So if they have not bought, they don't have money to buy from you, but they have money. What are you going to do to make them buy from you? That is it. So what do you do? Okay. What do you do to make sure that they do it? Now, I know some of them, they don't use names. All right. They don't have names on TikTok. They are user 74 83 91 005. You ask them the name. Hi, what's your name? Literally. Don't send them the website, nothing. Just ask them, hi, what's your name? Then you respond to them with a name. Okay, that is what you do. So number 2, being pushy. Do not push. Okay, do not push, because when you are pushy, what happens is that you end up ruining that conversation. But you need to follow up. Following up is not being pushy. You need to follow up. So what is going to ruin it is you looking desperate. But when you're following up, to follow up means, hey, did you go through my book? If you lost the link, here it is. Click on it to change your life. One sentence, send it. And then send it to like everybody who was interested in your TikTok DMs. Go to all those DMs, go back to all of them and send them a link of your book. Tell them, hey, I don't know whether you were able to go through my book, but it's right here. I'm sending the link once again to actually change your life and teach you how to make money online. Go read it. Then send to everybody in the DMs, all of them. And do that every week, literally. Do that every week. That is follow-up. That is not being pushy, because you're giving something for free. Until they go through the free thing, that is when we can have a conversation. So do not look desperate. But again, if you're not doing following up, that is not being desperate. That is you following up. You have to understand. You cannot send and fold your hands and expect them to come. No, sometimes you have to open the door. You have to knock on their doors so that they can open for you. If you don't knock on doors, the doors will not open. Higher, overloading with information. Giant paragraphs, over talking. You realize, you noted that yesterday. Oversharing, over talking. When you are responding with huge, gigantic paragraphs. They are just like, boom, not interested. Keep it short, and every single time end with a question. Keep it short. If you listen to a conversation yesterday, it was short, and you are ending with a conversation. Number 4, ignoring their responses. They respond to you. And I do that every time before I go to sleep. I check, do I have any unreplied DMs? Do I have any unresponded DM? Right? So what I do, I go to my TikTok and I check, do I have anything? Like right now, I see they have got DMs. And I want to make sure that these DMs have been responded to, so that I do not end up, having I don't end up having and responded DMs that are staying for more than 2 days. So if they ask you a question, so instead of answering their question, you send a pitch. This is a bad sign. For example, they ask you a question of, hey, this is too expensive. Or maybe they tell you, oh, okay. They ask you, what is a digital product? A digital product is a product that you buy fast. Okay? So you need to buy fast so that you can have a digital product. You know, you're trying to make them buy. Remember, you cannot force someone to buy. All right? And when I learned that secret, I relaxed. You can't force anybody to buy. You cannot. You can always create a good environment for them to do that. But you can't force them to buy. So instead of trying to use your energy that way, respond to their questions straight away. If you don't understand their question, where it is coming from, ask a similar question. So they ask you, what is a digital product? Then you ask them, you tell them, oh, okay. So if you want to know what a digital product is, it is a product that is accessible on the internet through a link. That is what a digital product is. So there are many examples. There is ebooks, softwares, apps are digital because they are accessed on the internet. They are non-physical. Then you ask them, do you know what are physical products? Or would you like to know how you can able to sell digital products and make money? Or you end up, every time you end up with a question. All your conversation, they end up with a question. A question that is not just a yes or no. It is a yes, but it is more detailed. It follows with more information. Whoever asks the questions wins the conversation. Whoever asks the question wins the conversation. So if there was a completely new person and I wanted to win that conversation, what do? I ask questions. Do you know why policemen will catch you? And they use this method all the time. Policemen ask, even DCI, they ask an endless number of questions. So the more you respond to their questions, the more you are pleading guilty. The more they know you are the thief, you are the sinner, you are the guilty one, you are the criminal, because you are responding to their questions, because they are asking you intimidating questions, and they are listening to your answers. And that's why when you are found in a mistake, you are told, do not respond. Don't respond until your lawyer comes and they respond on your behalf. Because they know they will ask you questions until you plead guilty. But if you keep quiet, if you don't respond completely, that is now you have won them. Same case with the marketing. If I'm trying to DM somebody, they are not responding, there's nothing I can do. They have literally won me. But if they respond, boom, I know this is a good story. This is a good deal. However the conversation is going, this is going to end up well because we are having a conversation. All right? So respond to the question. Don't take forever again to respond. Respond fast. Ghosting after they show interest. This is another one. You go to your comments, you head viral, and then you realize you had comments that were never responded. They have taken 3, 4, 5, 1 week. It has happened to me. Several times I've gone viral. I didn't even know there were those comments. I go 1 week later, I see, oh my God, there are like 100 comments, never responded. Once they respond interest, you should not take 3 to 8 hours. Okay? 3 to 8 hours to maximize your chance. Respond faster to the comment. Faster. Sometimes respond with a video. If there are too many, I would even tell them, hey guys, these comments are so many. If you responded to this video, please go to my link on my bio right now. Find my free beginner's guide. Download it right now. It will give you more details. You try but you try to respond to all of them. Try to drive them to your website, to your email. Do everything you can to respond because you ask them to respond. Now, the bonus tip is this. If someone tells you no, don't hit them with the negative words. Do not follow by anger because you cannot take no as an answer. I don't take no as an answer. Who told you? Here you'll get a lot of no's before you get a yes. Yeah. A lot of no's are the ones that come first before a yes. Create an environment and tell them that you can always come back to me if you want to hear about this more information again. In case you reconsider your decision, you can always come back to me. Have a blessed day. But don't be angry if they tell you, no, this is not for me. You are like, even you send an emoji of anger, the way you are furious. You send them an emoji the way you are angry. Angry for who? Huh? In fact, that is when you show them even more love. You tell them, I understand. Okay? We can have this conversation later when things relax on your end. Maybe they are taking their kids to school. Okay? You want them to take their school fees and pay for you the program. No. Tell them, I understand. There are tough times. I would suggest you take your child to school first. Then when things relax, come back. And whenever I give that, people always come back and they say, Sam, now I'm ready. And I'm like, wow. If I pushed them that time, they would never come back to me. But I told them, please go to hospital. Maybe somebody was sick and tell them, first of all, take your child to hospital. Yeah, let them go to hospital first. Let them get treated. Then once things are okay, come back to me. Again, you remember you are the one who you have got so many people. Not everybody is sick. Not everybody is taking to school fees. So you still have the numbers. The moment you have the numbers, then at the end of the day, you can skip from that conversation to another one, to another one, to another one, to another one. And that's how you become better. And let me tell you, once you have mastered this skill, I want to say that this is one of the skills that I will forever be grateful that I learned it. Right? I am forever grateful that I learned this skill. And I want to pass it to you also. So you can learn that. Oh my goodness. It is okay to be told no, but you have to tell yes or no. Okay, that's it. I usually tell somebody we cannot be pending forever. Are you in or out? Let me know. I need to go. I need to go. I'm busy. But you cannot be in the same place. Like, are you in or out? For now, I am out. All the best. That's it. I'm thinking about it. I can help you think about it so that you can know whether you are yes or a no. And when you tell them like that, they realize, oh my God, I need to make a decision, yes or no. Today or not, they need to make a decision. And that is the most important thing. Some of the other things that actually help you is to add deadlines. Some of these deadlines are not there. By the way, I have to tell you this. And they have worked me a lot. So I usually do this. I say, for example, this month, I am mentoring only 10 people. I'm mentoring only 10 people, and that's it. I'm not mentoring any more than 10. And then I said, that's it. So only 10 people, and already 6 slots have been taken. Sometimes even maybe you have 2 or even 1. You say 6 slots have been taken. So I only have 4 remaining. For the first 4 people who are going to comment interested, I'll send them more information. And then you send that to all the email list, everybody in your WhatsApp, everybody in your SMS. Guess what that does? They're like, oh my goodness, I need to hurry for those 4 because you have created urgency and scarcity. Urgency and scarcity will make them to come running. Then from there, you qualify them in the conversation and boom, they buy. And then at the end of the day, you're able to impact on other people. Sometimes you may give discounts. Okay, sometimes you give discount. Someone is really interested and they're like this and telling me, hey, you know what? I'm actually giving this discount. You can take the program. I can pay for you that $9 for the website. Okay, I'm going to eliminate that, but you have to invest right now, and you have to invest with the 600 and the 900 only. So you put that. You say there's a discount. You can join now. So also discounts, they help creating urgency and scarcity. The other one is putting a timer. By date 21. I'm going to be closing my doors, and I'm not going to be doing this until the next year. You put a deadline, but for deadline, make sure that you stick with them. It's like you have put a deadline and let that deadline to be real. Like the door closes today, then you make sure that you close that day, and it's going to also work for you. So those are some of the things I do in the conversation to make sure that someone who was still thinking about it, they can move to afford it. They have got everything in order. They have got everything in order. What can they do? Boom. Then they can be able to make a decision from there. All right, guys. So let me hear the reactions. Have you guys learned something? I want to hear how it was from there.